Hi guys, welcome back to a new crash course. In this YAML crash course, you will learn how to store different types of data. And the question is, what is YAML? YAML stands for YAML and Markup Language. It is a human-readable data serialization language. And what is serialization language? Well, it's a standard way to standard format to transfer the data. If you can think of it, YAML is quite similar to JSON or XML. In that folder, you will see lots of YAML files, especially for configuration, and we can also use this with JavaScript, Node.js, and a lot more where data is being stored or transmitted. The question, another one, would be, why would we need to use YAML over JSON or XML? Well, YAML is the simplest one compared to the others, and it's very easy to understand in terms of the syntax. Now that you understand what YAML is, without further ado, let's get started.
Alright, now that you already know what is YAML, now let's create a new file in this folder. So I'll call this as pet. I'll use pet for this example, and you can use this with two formats for the extension, right? So it can be YAML like this, or it can be just YML. So I'm gonna go with this YAML format. Now let's just save it, and here first things that I want to do is to basically use the name. So for this pet, I'll just give this pet name as bean, like that, right? Or you can either use this double quote or this single quote. It works just fine, okay? So I'll just stick with the double quote, and down here I can just give the age. So this will store this as the number, and this one is the string, okay? Next, here I want to use the float. So for this example will be weight, let's just say 2.5 kilogram, right? So next one will be the boolean. So for boolean, I can just use the, say, is male. Then I can set this to either true or false. So this is the, or you can also use the camel case as well, but for the YAML it is a standard way, right, to use the underscore, okay? So next will be the birth date. So this will store as the date format. This follow the ISO 8601. So right here, this is just the example, like the we can use like the year format with this digit. There's a lot more here. You can see with month, week, day, and down here you can also see some more example as well, okay? So this can be used in the YAML itself. So for this, the simplest way that you can basically define, you can just use this format. So let's say the birthday is the let's just put this date, and we can also add the time at the end here as well. So let's just say this time, okay? This is the format that you can also use that store within the YAML. So next one, I want to also store the null value. So you can just use this as in here, and with all of these attributes, I can also store it in the object. So I can just do like pet like this, and I indent this like so, okay? So with this, I want to also show you what it looked like in the JSON format as well. So now I'll just copy everything and show you in the website. Alright, so here you can see, let me just close this. This is the website where it converts the YAML into JSON. So I can just now copy everything and paste it here, and in the JSON format, this is what you can see, okay? We have the pet with the name and everything, which is exactly the same as this, and it also try to convert this into the ISO 8601 as well, okay? So we also now try to look into converting all of this into the object. So next I want to store a list of items, right, like an array. So to do that, let me just give an example. Let's just say this is the nickname of the pet. So let's just say Ruby, Lucky, next will be Simba. Okay, so this is the how we store this as an array using the hyphen. Now let me just copy this and try to paste everything here. Okay, so here you can see that this store as the list of items with the nickname and a list of name right here. Next I want to show you is the other format which you can also store as an array. So this, let me just call this as nicknames, and let's just say the same thing using the different format, which is exactly the same as the one that you see in the JSON format as well. So I'll just say this Ruby Lucky and Simba. Okay, let me just copy everything and paste it here. For this, you can see that because the name I have already used, so that's the reason why you see this error message. So at the same time with this, I want to also show you another website as well. Let me just copy everything here. Alright, so here this one is this another website where the same thing, it convert the YAML to JSON. So with this, I want to also show you, let's just say I try to copy everything with having the same name here, nicknames. So when I paste everything here, and let's just check out the result. So here you can see we have the nickname and nickname here, but the result is showing that we only have one nickname. So for this website, it doesn't really like validate for us when say it comes to having the same name, right? So I would recommend you to use this one, but for this I will show you after or by the end of the video why would you use this one. Okay, so now let's just use this one for now. I would change this to instead of nicknames, probably I can just say like more nickname or other nickname like that, right? Just to get rid of the error message. So right here you can see we have the nickname, more nickname or other nickname. Okay, so this is another format again that you can use to define the list of items or an array. Next I want to show you is a list of object. So for this I would use this let's just say kit as the example. Let's just say this pet or this dog, right? Test kit. So yep, let's just say the name of the first kit, okay, Coco, and with that the age is 1, like that, right? So this is how we define the object. And make sure that the indentation is very important in YAML. If you mess up with this, then you will get an error message. Let me just paste everything here just to show you. Okay, and here this is the object where you can see, and you might be wondering why wouldn't I just type directly here and show you the result down here. Well, the reason is that when I type here you can see the indentation clearly, and the font is large enough as well, so it's easier for you to see this one. So here we have already seen the object as well, so you can also use the other format when it's come to format the object, right? So I will show you the other one, which is using the dash, and this is the format where you usually see it in the JSON. So let's just say name is Teddy, age, now I would put this as 1. Okay, so now let me just copy everything here and just try to put it here. So you will see that this is the result that we get, which is exactly the same as the one that we defined using this format. Okay, so next one, we have another format as well, and down here you say like name, let me just call this as peanut, and down here the age will be just 1 again. And now let me just copy this part and put it down here. When I copy this part directly, you can see that it can't convert because the indentation is very important. So now let me just copy everything and paste it here, and let's check out the result whether we get the same one. Here it is. So these three formats is equivalent to each other. You can use this one, the second one, or the third one. It doesn't really matter at all. Next, I want to show you is to render a large chunk of text in a single line. Okay, so for this, I'll just use the description as the example. And down here, I have, let's just say, I paste this random text, right? And instead of this single line, like you can see here, I want to, for easier to read, I just want this to go to the next line, right? So it can be, maybe let's just put this in full screen, and probably right here, I want this to go like that. So for this, you can see that it's easier to read. I don't need to scroll to the right. And if I put it like this and I want to render this as a single line, so what do I have to do? Well, basically, I just need to use the greater than sign, and then this will render this as a single line. So I will just try to copy this and go back to the website. Okay, so here, let's check out the result. Now you can see that when I use this greater than sign, even though when I go to the next line, as you can see here, right, it still rendered this as a single line as seen here. So next one I want to show you is to preserve the format. Okay, so for this I will use the messages, and down here let's just say I use the, just for an example, right? So hi John, imagine that John is the owner of the dog, and I want to send a message to the dog. Let's just say happy birthday to Bean today. Down here I want to have, like, say, like space like that, and let's just say using this format, enjoy, right? And with this, if I want to preserve this, so we will need to use the pipe symbol. Okay, so it will be like this. And now let's try to copy everything and put it here. It should be this one. Now let's check out the result. And here I can see we have the message which say hi John. So this is basically going to the next line, and we also have the space here as well. So this will preserve the format for us. So next one I want to show you is anchor. With this I will use the, let's just see this one, the name. I will just put the anchor right here. It will be this symbol, and I will need to provide a name. So for this, let's just say my name, like that, right? So this is the put the anchor there, and down here I want to use that value. So for this, I'll just say this is the ID, and if I want to use this value, the name for my ID, then I can just say the star, and it can be my name, or you can just say like this is my ID. That would work as well. Okay, so next I want to show you is to anchor the object, the key value pair. So right here, this is only for the single value. Okay, so I can also put the comment as well. So let's just say anchor key value pair, like that, right? And this is how you comment it in the YAML. Okay, and the space here, it doesn't really matter at all. You can go with the multiple space like that without any issue. What really important is the indentation. Okay, just to make sure that you don't mess with the indentation here. Okay, so now the example I'll use, call this as object, and the anchor will be, let's just say an object like that, right? And this, I'll use this toy as the example. So we'll say toy 1, toy 2, flippy, flopper, this is a toy name. And down here, let's just try to insert this above object into the new object. So with this, I'll just call this as new object. And to insert this value here into this new object, well, I need to use this double less than sign with the colon, and I'll just need to use this or call it, right? So it will be the star and object like that. So now let me just try to copy everything and paste it here. Let's just check it out. Here you can see we have this object right here, which define right here, and this is the object where we try to copy everything, right, and put it into this new object. With this new object, you definitely can add the toy, let's just say toy 3 down here as well. Let's just say rubber. Let's just copy here, and I just want to show you that down here we have this old object, the existing object, plus the new one, and add this toy 3 underneath here as well. So this is how you can use with the anchor with the key value pair. Okay, this one will be key value pair. Last but not least, I want to show you, which is to basically trying to convert this number into the floating point. Okay, so to do that, this is the format, double exclamation mark. Let's just say convert this into float. This is what the format look like. Okay, so convert this number into the floating point. Now let me just try to copy this and paste it here. Right here you can see that it's supposed to show me the 1.0, right, which is the floating number, but it doesn't really show me at all right here. So that's the reason why I want to also show you this second website, which now let me just try to copy everything, paste it here, and just check out the result. And here it is, guys. The name, which is Coco, the age, which is 1.0, which I have already successfully converted this into the floating point. Okay, this website doesn't really show us anything at all, but this one does. But with the second one here, it doesn't really validate the format if we have issues, say if we have the same nicknames I show you at the beginning of the video. Okay, so next one here, I want to also convert this one. Let's just say convert the age here into the string. So I can just do something like double exclamation mark with the str. I can also add directly here as well. This one here will be right here. So I can just do double exclamation mark with the str. Now let's just check out the result down here. Okay, scroll down, and here it is, guys. We have convert this number into the string using this format right here. Alright guys, so I think that's pretty much it for this crash course. You can see how simple it is to write the YAML compared to JSON format. So this is the code that we have written, and this is the format in JSON, where you can see there's a lot more code to write, and also with the YAML it's simpler and also easier to read as well. And I hope you learned a lot from this crash course. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below. Like this video and also subscribe to the channel to see more content just like this one. Until then, see you guys in the next video.